Hi, good morning. So I know I'm late doing my video. I just thought I'd share my testimony. It's kind of long, but I'm gonna try to do it faster than normal. I, when I first got saved, I was probably around 6 years old. I grew up in a Catholic church. We just went to church, I don't know, all the holidays and, you know, Easter, that kind of stuff. But maybe about once a month. And I remember I didn't get saved there. I got saved at home. My grandma was watching some Christian program, and I remember her saying, "Look, see, you have to ask Jesus into your heart," and that kind of thing. And I remember running to the bedroom and praying that prayer. And then it was like, growing up when I was still going to church at that time, I remember coming home and singing songs to God, like if I learned something new and stuff. Like I had a relationship with God back then. And I don't know, over the years it kind of like disappeared because I moved around a lot. I grew up in East LA, I moved to Rosemead, I moved to Chino, that kind of thing. We just moved around a lot. And oh, I didn't even tell you, my name's Brandy. My name's Brandy, and I live in Colton, California now. But I let's see. So like in high school, I I just started getting into crazy stuff. I did a lot of like occultic kind of games and stuff, like the Ouija board and all that. And I hung out with all the like the stoners and the people, just all the rejects, the people who'd rather be by themselves and not even care about, being popular or whatever. But I mean, people still knew me, and they used to call me the devil in high school. And I was okay with that. I was like proud of that name. I used to like sign people's yearbook that Satan loves you and stuff like that. It got like kind of weird like that. Well, I I met my high school sweetheart there, and we moved out together when I was like 17. And I just remember going to a Bible study. Somebody I knew from high school. He was the only Christian guy I knew, but he went to church, and he used to tell me about it all the time. He was like one of my best friends. So he invited me to a Bible study. I went, and they basically told me that if I don't get saved, I'm going to burn in hell and that kind of stuff, and scared the daylights out of me. So when I went home, I prayed. I prayed the prayer of salvation again. And this is years later. I'm like 17, 18, around there. And that night I went to sleep, and I started getting attacked by demons in my sleep. They would hold me down, they would rape me, they would have sex with me, and I like couldn't do nothing. I didn't know how to fight them. I didn't know anything. I just got saved. They gave me a Bible. It was like a New Testament, but I never really read it or nothing, and I didn't have nobody to mentor me, to show me what to do, how to fight, or how to just how to do anything. I didn't go to church. So I called him. Like, this happened for 3 days, and then I called him and I was like, "Hey, something's going on here." As soon as I said that prayer you told me about, like, now I'm getting attacked by demons or something. Like, I can't fight them. I don't know how to fight them. And he told me he was going to talk to his pastor and get back to me. So when he did get back to me, like maybe by the end of that day, the pastor said to tell me that if I really got saved, that wouldn't happen. God's not going to send you demons if you are saved, or if you go to the cross and, ask for salvation. He's not going to send you a demon. So I was alone in that battle. I dealt with torment from demons for years. It started at that time, and it lasted till maybe when I was 20 or something, maybe even longer than that. Because I was thinking, well, maybe it's because I live with my boyfriend, and maybe we need to be married. stupid. Don't do that. Don't just get married because of that, because you think that's what it is. But we got married. It didn't stop. I got advice from different people saying, try this, try that. I had a friend who took me to get like candles or incense, and we went to like a witchcraft store and we got incense and stuff for protection. It seems stupid now, but back then it was like, I'll do anything to get rid of this. And and so I did the incense, I did all this stuff, and it was just I would wake up and I'd see it was like, you know how when you see fire and it just looks like something burning, like you could see the kind of distorted looking, it looked like that, like distorted, but I could see things walking in my room. They sounded like dogs sometimes. Sometimes they would go in my ear, like talk to me in my ear, like music I listened to, like singers of music I listened, and I was like really into heavy metal. So I just remember like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to fight. And I got mad and I threw my Bible away because I was like, kept reading it and I thought, this isn't even helping me. Like, I saw all the 4 different gospels and how it was the same story over and over. And I was just like, this doesn't even make any sense. This is the same story over and over. It's not helping me. Like, I don't get it. I was trying, but I had no guidance. I had nobody to be accountable to. I had nobody to mentor me. I needed a mentor, and I didn't go to church. I was trying to do this by myself. So I threw the Bible away. I just dealt with the torment for another couple years. Well, then it came to a point where me and my husband, I was 8 months pregnant with my son, and my husband left me. Well, I remember going to sleep and feeling one of these demons trying to get the baby inside of me. The craziest feeling. And I thought, I need something. I need to change what's happening here. Like, I don't know how to fix my life. Like, I wanted to die. I wanted to kill myself. I thought every time I got on the freeway how I should just drive into the center divider. I couldn't, and it's so weird too, because everywhere I would go, I would see these signs on the freeway, and you never think nobody pays attention to that, but it was like God was highlighting that stuff to me. I kept seeing signs everywhere that just said, Jesus loves you, Jesus, and I was like, it's so weird that I randomly just see this every time I'm thinking about dying and stuff. I didn't know how to live without my son's father. I didn't know how to live without him. Everything was all about him. Like, I made my whole life him. It wasn't God, so without him, I couldn't live. Like, I didn't know how. And I ended up having one of my cousins come stay with me, and she was about to go live at the Dream Center. And she basically walked through all this stuff because when he left me, I got deeper into witchcraft. I started going to psychics. I started doing this kind of stuff because I wanted him back, like so bad. And I went to psychics, and the psychic that I went to, she taught me how to do witchcraft. It was like Santeria kind of stuff, and I didn't think it was bad because I went to her house. She had statues of Jesus, Mary, like Christian kind of things on the walls, like Catholic stuff. And I thought, like, oh, well, she can't be bad because she goes to church or something. And I was wrong. Yeah, she told me I totally made like a voodoo doll of him. I did all this weird stuff, And I just got tired of it one day. And I was like, you know what? If you're real, you could just bring him back. I wouldn't have to do all this crazy stuff to get him back. And then when my cousin came to stay with me, she's Christian, she's mentor, she's like talking to me about this, and I just confessed it all. I said I was doing witchcraft, I was doing all this weird stuff. So she did the prayer of salvation with me, and then we were driving down the street, and she's like, if I were you, I'd go to this church right here. and just check it out. She's all, it's non-denomination, Christian, just go there and see how it goes. Because I had like maybe 4 churches around me. So I went to that church the next Sunday, and I try to make my mom go. And my mom's like this party girl, going out all the time, drinking and whatever. And she had went out the night before, and she did not want to go. And I tried to convince her. And then when I got there, they told me about like a class that was telling about the church. So I go to this class, and my mom ended up showing up. My mom got saved that day. She got healed that day. And like that was just the beginning. Like I started going to church and stuff, and God had to really teach me my authority, and I feel like that's what I was missing. Like I didn't have nobody to help me, but when I started reading my Bible again and learning like from God, when I realized God wanted to save my marriage, that changed my whole concept of what I thought God was like about. I thought he was just going to punish me and, like a bad dad trying to, you did this, you did that. But like God just taught me like I need to be the one getting mad. When the enemy tries to attack me, he has no right to attack me. Like, why am I not the one getting angry when he attacks me and stuff, instead of just dealing with it? I dealt with that torment even when I was a Christian for maybe like 2 more years, until I really learned my authority. God really had to show me in the spirit. I was seeing stuff all the time. During worship I would see angels and stuff, but like in my room when I'd go to bed, demons would still be there. They would still attack me. I would get attacked every single time. And when I had pastors come to my house and pray in my house, it didn't matter. They would still attack me. And they're like, they would tell me, you have to fight, you have to know. And none of that really helped. I started taking like a spiritual warfare class, and I told the pastor who was teaching it, like, I'm dealing with like these demonic attacks. Like they would show themselves to me. I would they look like Freddy Krueger or something. They look so creepy and scary, and they'd be laughing at me, and like I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't get rid of. I'd say Jesus. What helped is I learned how to worship God in that. Like when I would start singing, they would leave. And then I would sing every time after that because I knew that worked. And then the pastor gave me this book called He Came to Set the Captives Free by Dr. Rebecca Brown, MD. Good book. Read it. Anyways, that book showed me stuff that nothing else showed me, that nobody else could tell me about. Because even my cousin, I would tell him, and he's like, well, if it's not in the Bible, it doesn't happen to you, blah, blah, blah. And I thought he knew everything. And I was like, what do you mean it doesn't happen if it's not in the Bible? Like, I couldn't prove that it said it in the Bible. I just know I was dealing with it. So God really did like a work with me, like teaching me discernment and stuff. And I learned how to use my authority, and I started getting mad. When the enemy would attack me, I would get mad at him and command him to leave. And I memorized scriptures, fighting scriptures, the scriptures that say like the enemy's under your feet, greater is he who's in you, and putting on my full armor of God, that kind of thing. And using a lot of scriptures like that worked. And then when I would see the enemy, he'd be scared. He'd be terrified of me. And I was like, this is working. I wrote down those scriptures. I put them all over my wall and stuff. And you know what? I did the same thing for my marriage. And then maybe 2 years later, he ended up coming back to me. And I knew it was God. But like, it didn't last more than 2 months because he has a free will. He could do what he wants. He went back to who he was with. So that was a learning experience for me. But years later, I got remarried when I was 26. I had 2 more kids, and I ended up losing a son. One of my sons drowned when he was 1.5 years in a swimming pool, and it was a time when we were separated because he was a really bad alcoholic and very like abusive verbally. So when that happened, God did so much in that. Like he was there. Like I saw him go into heaven. I saw Jesus come for him. I saw Jesus pick him up and tell him, say bye to mom. And he was like, bye, mommy. And he turned around and went into heaven. And I just feel like all this stuff that I experienced, God showed me I'm supposed to write a book about it. And I've been working on it. I haven't finished. But my testimony is really long, and I don't want to keep going. So I just wanted to tell you the gist of things. And so, yeah, that's me. And I just thought I'd share because I feel like I was keeping everybody out of the loop of my life because I haven't been on here. Anyways, thanks for watching. I love you guys, and I see you, and I pray for you, and yeah, God's doing something new this year, even though it seems like we're not getting nowhere. Anyways, love you guys. Thanks for watching me. Bye.